Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson. This is your Manchester United. This is that video where we get on Skype and we find out what all you lot want to talk about. Everything around Manchester United and even stuff that's not Manchester United. FT Devils on Skype if you want to get involved. Let's see what everyone has to say this week. How many times next season are we going to see a Pogba to Lukaku assist, do you reckon?
Exactly. You know, I've been thinking about that.
Can we have one off the bottom shelf, please?
Bottom shelf? Yeah.
I'm sure you must be buzzing that we signed Romelu Lukaku.
I fucking love him. Alright, what are you studying?
Right now, I'm studying linear algebra.
Okay, let's move on from that. What are you up to today?
Playing Football Manager.
Awesome. Talk to me about what's going on.
It's in one of my muck around career modes. Just won the in the Club World Cup semis with Dunfermline Athletic.
So you've won the Champions League with Dunfermline?
Yeah.
But you know, with the Perisic deal, I just saw on Sky Sports. Apparently, they want 48 million or 50 million, but we don't want to offer more than 40 million. But I think that's a good deal because if we bring him in, and I read on, I think it was on the Sun that Roma want Martial on loan. So if he does go that way, and maybe that could trigger Nainggolan's move to Man United. I
do like Nainggolan. I think he's banging. I think he'd be something that we could really utilise. But I don't want to see Martial go anywhere. I think he's still young. He's got a lot to learn, but I think there's an absolute talent in there. Would you be happy if he went?
No, just on a loan, yeah, because he's not.
Either way, mate. I think he would get more game time. I'm sure if he went to Roma, and that's a great place to go on loan. But if he's going on loan, then that tells me that Jose Mourinho ain't convinced on him, and I'd like to see him kept around. I think he's got a real part to play for United next season. Awesome. All right, what's those 3 books that we've got?
A Doctor Who book.
Okay.
An Alex Rider book.
Okay.
And a Lady Friday book.
So how many times did it take you to have a run at the Champions League?
Well, I think it was the 4th season that I first made it into knockout stages, and then in the 5th season I actually ended up winning it. So it was quite it went from struggling to get out of the group repeatedly to then going on and winning it. So yeah, incredible story, Rob. That's a round of applause.
I've seen people speak about Lukaku's first touch about it being bad, and I see him speak about he's not very good at scoring against the top 6. But I disagree with it though, because he's got the same amount of goals as Harry Kane against the top 6.
And Aguero.
Yeah, and Aguero, yeah. And he's bad. And
who does he play for again, mate? Who does he play for again?
Well, Man United now, it looks of it.
Well, who did he play for?
Everton.
Exactly. Mexico playing Jamaica this week in the Gold Cup.
Yes, well, so the Jamaicans have a very interesting squad that they have for this Gold Cup. They don't have any UK-born players compared to 2015 when they actually came second in the tournament. A lot of the public is not happy about that because it was, of course, the English-based players from the Premier League and Championship that helped us to go that far. The West Morgans, the Mark.
But aren't they like second-generation Jamaican and stuff like that? Is it not like a desire to see, people that have born and raised in Jamaica playing for the national team?
Yeah, a lot of the public do want to see more Jamaican-born players play, yes, but at the same time they want a mixture. So you have the Jamaicans who are born in England to Jamaican grandparents or great-grandparents to actually represent the country and who have Premier League experience in England or even Championship, because that's even a higher tier than what is the football played in Jamaica, because the football as played in Jamaica is on par with, you could say, the conference. So that's why I would prefer the professional experience, you could say.
I think Rashford is going to lose his place in the team. That's the big issue for me, actually.
How?
You won't see, Rashford used to get chances, with Rooney off the team, with Ibra off, he got more chances. With Lukaku on, you would give him more chances over Rashford. Do you think Rashford would be a good winger than giving him the out-and-out striker role?
Rashford played more games than any other player in our squad last season.
Yeah, that's one of the. But now with the big games coming in, with you have Champions League and all, we have seen Mourinho put him on the wing more last season.
I'm reading this. It's by a Scottish comedian.
That's your lot. All right, okay. So that's an interesting front cover. Let's say Lukaku takes number 9. We've still got number 7 and number 10 available now, which is a strange one, isn't it? Who would you like to fill those numbers?
Number 7, probably Griezmann next season.
Not a bad shout.
And then probably number 10. I can't.
Angel Gomez. What?
I can't. Maybe in future.
I think Rooney definitely like legend of the team, but I think definitely the right time to go. Like it's probably the best time considering what he's done for the club. But if he stayed a bit longer, it would have tarnished his reputation of the club and all that sort of stuff.
I could argue that he already has kind of tarnished his reputation a little, and I think it's a good time to go. Yeah. But I think the best time to go might have been when Fergie was trying to make him go. Usain Bolt's finished running now, hasn't he?
No, he's actually in August. He's going to be running in Stratford in the World Championships, and I'm coming up to England. I can't believe I'm.
All right, sweet.
I'm buzzing.
Oh, are we going to see you when you come over then?
Absolutely.
You're going to come find us?
Yeah, I'm going to come to Manchester, mate.
Oh. Why did I hear that he'd retired then? Was there a rumour that he was retiring?
No, after the World Championship, he's retiring. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on with him in football then? Because he talks a lot about football all the time, doesn't he? Is he going to try and play locally in Jamaica, do you reckon, or is he just going to retire and sit on the beach?
He's just all talk. I mean, at 5-a-side, he's decent with scrimmage, but I mean, he still needs to work on his first touch and stuff like that. But loads of pace out wide. Can you imagine Usain Bolt at Sunderland dragging in a crowd? Stadium of Light.
What do you reckon the formation for next year will be?
I don't think we'll have a set one. I think what we saw from Mourinho last season is that he's happy to be really fluid and flexible and play to our strengths against the opponents to get the match won. We saw him play 2 up front at times. We saw him play 3 at the back on an occasion. I'd be happy that he just keeps it flexible and fluid. I think 4-3-3, if he gets that defensive midfielder, is probably going to be our go-to. Yeah. And we'll probably change between that and 4-2-3-1 pretty regular, I reckon. What about yourself?
Yeah, I was thinking 4-3-3 with a extra defensive midfielder. Yeah. Maybe Fabinho and Matic.
Yeah, but do you think any of those are likely to happen now? It seems like after we screwed Chelsea over with Lukaku, it seems like they're probably not going to play the game with us for Matic, does it?
Yeah, no. I really like Fabinho, but depends if Monaco are willing to part ways.
You look at all the targets that we have been linked to. It's countless. It's ridiculous. It happens every fucking summer. You know, the amount of people that we get linked to is just ridiculous. You know, 1 week
we sign about 3 or 4% of what we're linked to. So.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Do you think there's anything in those, or it's just, we stole Lukaku, we're going to get Bakayoko as well?
I don't know. I really don't know, because the Lukaku thing came out such out of left field. There was very, very, very little rumours about it, wasn't there? So I don't know. I think Bakayoko could be on the move, but it seems like such an easy story that United have rinsed Chelsea twice in transfers that, are we really going to do that? I mean, it'd be amazing if we did. Absolutely amazing if we did. And I think it might push Conte over the edge if we did that as well. I don't think that's likely. It just doesn't feel like. Does it feel likely to you? Do you think we're going to do that?
No, I don't think we'll get Matic now either, because we've kind of stuck.
Yeah, screwed him.
But
properly screwed him, yeah.
I think that we could still get Morata if Jose wanted to.
I'm really hoping Luke Shaw takes this season with both hands. I think last season he was affected by the mentality thing where his injury was affecting him to push forward and wasn't really great taking on Mourinho's style of play just because he didn't want to get injured again. I do think Valencia was brilliant last year, but I think his legs will die off eventually like Rooney.
Not sure about that. He's a bionic man, so I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. I hope Rashford and Martial do get a lot of game time this season. I think competing in Champions League, we are strengthening the depth of the squad, which is good. We are back in the Champions League, which I think is fantastic. 3 years out of the Champions League has affected us a lot.
I don't think everything that's briefed to the press is like real.
it 100% isn't everything that gets
Yeah.
released to the press. Is definitely not real.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even the thing that you said about being told by someone in the club about signing Morata, I fully believe that, because I know it's happened a lot before, and that's what's like briefed down. Even players are
I
told
believe
things.
Morata believed that he was coming. Like whenever anyone tells anyone something that's happening in a transfer, they can only see their side of it, unless it's Jose Mourinho and Woodward who know what's going on, and even they can get tricked at times because the other club could be playing us. You know, there's a lot of politics at play, I think, sometimes. So yeah, but the player can think that they're coming, but you know, that we're not going to go to Morata when we're negotiating with him, are we? And we're like, listen, you're our backup striker. If we get Lukaku, we're going to drop you, and he's going to be like, oh, okay, it's not going to happen like that, is it? He's going to be he's going to be getting told that, you know, we've always wanted you and all that sort of stuff to try and entice him to come.
I think for sure we are not good enough to win the Champions League at this early point in our rebuilding stage. But I definitely think we can definitely compete for like semi-final spot or something like that, as well as challenge for title. Yep.
You excited for next season?
Too excited. Like, even if we just, obviously I think we need more signings, especially a defensive midfielder. Which I'd love it to be Fabinho, but if we don't sign anyone or we just get Fabinho, I'll be more than happy because people forget the fact that Rashford, Martial, all these players are still young and they're going to get better from last season. Like, Luke Shaw didn't have a good season last season, so did Martial, and they're going to get better. And missed chances was something that just happened last year, and if that goes away, that's a big problem sorted. And yeah, hopefully like Lukaku and a few others can chip in with goals this season.
I feel like Pogba's going to get double figures in goals this year.
The thing is, about Pogba, the press have made it seem as if he's had a terrible season when...
He's been mint. He's been mint.
Exactly, like...
He's been everything I expected.
Even when, like, I usually watch games from home and, like, obviously it's different when you're actually there and then you can see what he does off the ball as well and stuff like that. I traveled about 4 or 5 times last season, and every time, like, the things he does off the ball as well that people can't see on TV and stuff, like, it's just, he's on a different level, like.
Okay, that was what everybody had to say this week. If you want to get involved, FT Devils on Skype. It got weird. It will get weirder. And thank you for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week.